So this is my Trout Christmas Gravlax with beetroot video for Christmas 2020. So I thought I'd put a bit of fun in people's lives and have something different. It's not too expensive, it's a little bit of fun. You can also cure it like this at home and then go on to smoke it in a barbecue or a coal smoker, or you could just have it as it is. But I'm just going to show you a really simple method. So I have from Morrison's, just picked up fresh. So this is trout fillet for about a tenner, and it's only 900 grams in mass. And I've got some little ingredients here to cure it with. So this is just some dill herb, and I've got some really nice ready cooked beetroot that's been marinated, sugar, a little bit of vinegar, and juniper berry, brown sugar. Now the brown sugar, it's about 90 grams, and PDV salt. So it's just really a standard salt, but it's a cured salt, but you can just use standard salt. 75 grams to a kilogram. So I've got here about 60 grams of salt. Okay, so it's a really simple recipe actually. I'm just going to cut the bag open. I'm just going to take maybe the end off the salmon, the trout, just to make it a bit shorter, and I'm going to use that for something else. Maybe I might take off this. We'll see. It's difficult until you've taken the fish out of the bag to know what it is. And we're just going to chop the dill, add all the ingredients, crush the beetroot, mix it in, and we're going to leave it for about 7 days. Should do it. That's all it is. You just turn it over daily. So I'm going to put a little clip on the bag, turn it over and over. Like I said, I'll just use the same plastic bag it came in, which is really simple. And then we've got a really nice gravlax that's purple, and at that point I am actually going to smoke it in the coal smoker. So this is already vacuum sealed, isn't it? So I'm just going to take the end off it, and this is a knife. This is nice, this knife. This is a carbon steel Sabatier, so it does actually rust, but it's a nice little knife to use for this type of occasion. So I'm going to open the bag up. I'm going to take the cardboard out because you don't want the cardboard in there. And now we've got our bag ready to go. So it's good because this method doesn't actually require any more bags. So let's just have a look at our piece of trout. We'll just get rid of this piece of cardboard. So hold on, let's take this off. So we'll discard the cardboard, but I will want to support the fish, otherwise it can break. So fish, we've got this lovely piece of trout, quite an open texture. See, skin on, don't need to do, there's nothing you need to do, although that's had the scales off, you could leave it on. It's not a problem. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to trim it up slightly. So we'll just take the top off there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use these for a bit of sashimi. So let's take the end off there. The thing is, the thinner parts, they don't cure evenly anyway, so it's not a problem. I'm just going to take just that little piece off there. That's a meal at some point for someone else. So let's get rid of those. Save them for another time. So fish looking good, that's looking nice, and then I'm going to put that back in the bag. So get them in the bag, going off camera. It's alright though. The important thing is with this is just to get it back in the bag. So just going to get rid of everything and give it a little bit of a clean, including my hands. It's not a major problem with fish, but it's just good to not spread the fish juices everywhere. Just to wipe off there. Dry my sabati, because as carbon steel goes, like we said, it does tend to rust if you're not careful. Now what this does, it's just giving me a bit of space in the bag, which means I can still lie the fish flat and I can seal it, in the fridge, which is easier. So, fish over there. I'll start off with my herbs. This is just a little bunch of dill. Actually, this is my first use of my new chopping board that I've been making. So in cherry wood, just 3 pieces. And it's got quite a nice grain pattern. But ideal, and you don't need to worry about chopping it particularly carefully. Just gonna roughly chop. So there's plenty there. That's the whole bunch. Now I might just use, I think roughly, you don't want to overpower the fish, but do you know what? Let's just chuck it all in. Okay, so bag, herb can go in. Okay, there we go. Herbs in. Wipe that off. And then we've got very simple beetroot. So 3 little baby ones. So you can give them a chop. Doesn't matter a lot. Just gonna gently give these a chop. Some people would put them in a pestle and mortar. I'm just going to roughly chop them off. Tends to work fine like this. It's not majorly important. What you're looking for is a vivid colour more than anything, like my fingers are already stained. And it just will melt into the fish. So that will do us. And then again, let's just get them into the bag. So scoop them all in. In we go. Dead easy. All in the bag. Okay. And then have a little wipe off. We have brown sugar. Now you can use white sugar, but I always tend to use, when I'm curing, brown sugar, because brown sugar, I think, just gives you a little bit of flavour. Some people use honey as well. That's another option. So chuck them both in. It's easy. And then it's really important that we just give the whole thing a good shake so that it covers. Now, what's interesting with the fish is, and we're not going to vacuum pack it, it's going to create an awful lot of moisture in there. So all that will happen is that everything will get evenly distributed. So it's not a problem. You don't need to spend a whole lot of time rubbing it in. You just need it to be in the bag effectively. There's no worry about the meat juices because it's just fish and they're all down there. So again, we're ready. And all I do is push the air out a little. Okay, and I'm just going to initially push the air out there, fold it over, push the air out, and I'll just use one of these clips to seal it, and there you go. That's your Gravlax ready to go. It doesn't require any more work than that, and in about 6 hours I'll turn it over, and I'll keep turning it over every sort of day for about a week, and then it's ready for the smoker, and I'll show you what happens to the outcome. So there we go. This is a Christmas Gravlax with beetroot.